Hello, my name is Grace Audette and I'm on FRC Team 4905 Andromeda One, and this year I'm currently a hardware lead for our team. In the 2020 and 2021 seasons for Infinite Recharge and Infinite Recharge at Home, we've made quite a few design innovations on our robot and have overcame many challenges despite the changes we've seen this past year. To begin, one of our design innovations includes our robot's climbing mechanism. This mechanism enables our robot to get and maintain a level climb, even with other robots on the generator switch. It uses dual elevators, which are pneumatically actuated, in order to extend to the full height of the generator switch. The elevator lifts a hook attached to a winch by a string, which releases once it is hooked onto the generator switch. The winches, which are run by two Rev Neo motors, then pull the string in to lift the robot off the ground. The spacing of the hooks allows the robot to attach to the generator switch from any location, including the center. One of the strongest points of our climbing mechanism is the redundancy of the design, as it enables us to have the highest success rate climbing. Both sides of the elevator can be actuated independently, as with both winches. The hooks are also designed similarly to a carabiner, to prevent them from failing to hold onto the generator switch. All of these pieces put together maximize the efficiency of the system, as it can functionally pull the robot up using one or two hooks, and can balance and adjust to the height of the generator switch at any point. Another design innovation on our robot is the intake and feeder system, which can consistently and rapidly pick power cells up off the floor and from the loading bay and deliver them to the shooting mechanism. The off-the-floor intake extends outside the frame perimeter of the robot using pneumatic pistons and specially designed geometry to be able to pick up the power cells and deliver them to the feeder. It was originally designed using SolidWorks CAD, so it could be stowed in the robot upright while being able to be pushed outside the frame of the robot. The intake roller uses 3D printed mechanism wheels and Omni wheels to initially center the power cells, as well as poly belts to bring the power cells above the frame. The hopper was designed in such a way that the robot could retrieve power cells from the loading bay without having to use the off-the-floor intake. This feature is also especially helpful in the Infinite Recharge at Home challenge to reload the power cells as quickly as possible, especially during the power port challenge. As an added bonus, the hopper panel protects some of the main electronics on our robot, as well as highlight our sponsors. The feeder system was a solution to one of the larger challenges our team had, which was making sure the power cells didn't get clogged inside the robot. The feeder itself is angled towards the floor to assist in moving the balls towards the shooter. In addition, the belts are moving in opposite directions on either side of the feeder, which moves the power cells in a whirlpool-like motion in order to prevent more than one power cell into the serializer at a time. Once the power cells are through the feeder, they move into the serializer, which runs straight to the shooter. With both the feeder and the serializer full, the robot can hold a maximum of 5 power cells. One of the biggest innovations in this system is the custom 3D printed pulleys in the feeder and the serializer. These dual belt pulleys enable the power cells to ride in between the belts and above the polycarbonate surface to reduce friction and potential clogs. In addition, there's a series of infrared sensors beneath the surface that detect if there's a power cell in every portion of the system, so the power cells have a smooth ride to the shooter. Our shooter system has also had some significant design innovations within our team. The shooter is able to retrieve power cells from the serializer through the use of 2 kicker wheels. These kicker wheels function to pick the power cells up from the serializer and deliver them to the shooter wheel. Since the conception of the shooter design, the whole system has undergone some changes. Initially, the shooter side panels were made out of 1/2-inch plywood. However, this year, to keep the design of the robot consistent, these were changed to 1/4-inch polycarbonate. In addition to this, we also changed the shooter wheel design. The shooter wheel originally utilized a live axle design, which means that the motors spin the shaft that the wheels are attached to. After some testing, this year we changed this to a dead axle design, which means that the motors are directly attached to the wheels themselves and the shaft remains fixed. This significantly reduced the vibrations and overall noise the shooter produced, as well as reduced the time it took to get the shooter wheel up to speed. In addition to the shooter wheel, the hood of the shooter is pneumatically actuated in order to raise and lower it to the correct height. This enables the robot to be able to travel underneath the trench while also being able to shoot accurately. The shooter is able to shoot the inner and outer port from the trench as well as from all 4 zones in the Interstellar Accuracy Challenge. In addition to this, all of the robot's subsystems are modular, which enables us to make easy repairs and replacements without having to change the entire robot. As you might have noticed, Andromeda One is very purple. As part of the spirit of our team, we use as much purple both on and off the robot as possible. Our team's mascot, the Andromeda One alien, can also be seen on our t-shirts and in person at competitions and other events. The spirit of our team can also be seen throughout the community, where our team marches in parades and volunteers at other community events. Our team always has a prominent look in the stands as a massive purple and can always be seen cheering on the teams and chanting loudly. Andromeda One also builds spirit through our parody videos, which bring a fun twist to FRC. Also, this year, for all of our video submissions for Infinite Recharge at Home, our sponsors are highlighted in a theme consistent to our team. Andromeda One truly showcases the best in both innovation and spirit.